Hi, World Doll Day celebration friends. It's great to see you. I'm Mary Senko with World Doll Day Shows, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite things. I love boxed items. I truly adore them because not only can the box be so special, but what's inside can be even better. So today I'm sharing with you a few of the items that I have that I think you could also have in your collections and enjoy. I want to make a point. We just had a great group of people here at the Carmel Doll Shop, and we love all dolls, and it doesn't have to be something like an antique. This could be a Barbie in a beautiful box, but we're going to start with some of my favorites, which are antiques in beautiful boxes. The first thing I want to show you, what got me started, is this darling little box right here. You can see the detail on the box is lovely, and what's inside, there's a little pooch that's looking anxiously to find out too what's inside this darling box. And we're going to take a look. There's a little girl and a little boy on an ice pond skating. And oftentimes, remember the program that Michael Canadas gave on a trends, that many times gifts were given not only at Christmas but also at the first of the year. And we have two darling little Albus girls in red and white and blue and white, matching the paper on the inside of the box and having lovely detailed paper edging, which would give you the thought that maybe this was a candy box and then someone put the dolls in and repurposed the box later for a Christmas gift. And these little girls both have glass eyes, they have little bent arms, and you can see their hats are all hand woven and braided, and they have little boots painted on, little shoes painted on, rather little heeled shoes, and I adore their stockings. And look at these little panties, little pantalettes, as the Oracle would say, pantalettes with lace. They're just darling. Well, when I found this box, I knew it had to be in my collection, and I had to have the little dog too to add to it, which makes it fun because the little dog is a wonderful little German porcelain piece and waiting for the kids to come out to play. The next piece I want to share with you is one that I found at another doll show. This is a darling little trunk, and you can see from my display that I love little trunks. This is a darling little trunk that has fabulous banded velvet fabric or ribbon banded trim with, again, the buttons, which I adore, the little brass grommets that I adore. And inside is this lovely little group of clothes. We have our little girl has a basket that she's going to carry, which I added later, but these are her original costumes. You can see the flower details, you can see the hat, the ribbon that's crossing here on the trunk to hold items, and all of her little slips that are in here that are made, and her little cushion to lay carefully in the box for travel. This could have been a travel doll. It could have been a doll that was lovingly sewn for by a mother or grandmother. And here we have the doll. And you can see that she has this wonderful cotton dress with a little bands, a little collar, and she has these delightful little yellow boots with socks and trim, and her pantalettes are darlingly detailed. She's just been lovingly preserved all of these years, and she has her little wig, and her hat sits on her wig, and her hair is pulled back, and she's ready to play. And she has her little dog friend that comes out to play with her and says, "Can we go out to the park and have some fun?" And right now it sort of looks like they're in a park with the beautiful flowers that we've put up here. Some other items that I have here are just little darling trunks that can inspire us to think about building a little doll grouping with clothes and putting them in a trunk. Woven, trimmed out, detailed. I love these boxes. This is another one that would be fabulous with a little doll in it. This one came to me as a gift with a little purse for a larger doll, which is also fun. And a big thank you to the friend that gave it to me. It's a tortoise paper covered box, detailed with these wonderful silver trim details. And I love it when boxes have escutcheons on them and just have beautiful details. This is a little trunk. You can see that I'm a fan of trunks and details. This is another little trunk that would be perfect for a doll. Perfect for a doll with beautiful detailed paper on the inside. I'm encouraging you when you're at doll shows, especially the World Doll Day shows, to consider looking for treasures that you can actually have the fun of putting something together and enjoying. It could be a beautiful original doll with a wardrobe that needs a place to tuck in for your displays. This is a lovely detailed trunk that would be perfect for a doll. Now we get up to one of my favorites. This actually came from the Carmel Doll Shop, and I was absolutely delighted to find her. And she's a Christmas present to myself every Christmas holiday. She comes out, she has beautiful presents. I love her hat with the ribbon top, her silk dress, her darling socks, and her shoes have little bow details on them with the double bands, and she has a bent limb and articulated fingers, which I think is just so elegant and beautiful. And our little pooch, her little pug that likes to play with her, has put his red ribbon on. And this is something that if you would like to find one, you can talk to the folks at the Carmel Doll Shop. They painted this pup for me specially with the red ribbon because I wanted it to go with my girl for a Christmas display. What is so wonderful about this beautiful Albus Simon & Halbig is that she comes with a trunk that is labeled. We can see the label right here. La Poupée de Nuremberg, La Poupée de Nuremberg, La
Vallée Perron.
La Vallée Perron. Okay, I obviously didn't take French when I was in high school, labeled Paris. I love the fact that there's the little label here, and she has a fabulous collection of clothes. And we can see that they are all just beautifully preserved here in this box with her necklace that matches the dress. She has some other details that I'm going to carefully show you because this little girl is well endowed. Here is her hat that goes with her dress. You can see how darling that is. And she has here a beautiful dress with silk covered buttons that are starting to fray but still in beautiful condition. A darling little pair of pantalettes and undergarments, slip, another pantalette, and a chemise. A gorgeous dress in silk with silk ribbon. This very sweet little box of toys with the little animals, the dogs and the kitties. her little hand mirror, her hand mirror with a bow, her little brush. And this would have been very much something that a well-deserving doll would have, a little tiny brush for her hair. Another dress, and I love the details. Look at the details on these with the little buckles for the belts, the waistbands. They're just beautiful. And then her tray lifts out, and she has yet another batch of things in the bottom. 2 more little dresses and a darling little hat that goes with this, that has the cranberry trim, and it goes with this dress, or actually could even look beautiful with the green, the matching of the green ribbon to this dress. And in fact, maybe it started out over here, and just because of just preserving it, ended up there. I love the paper detail inside of the trunk, which is just so fantastic and in such a great state of preservation. We'll put this little hat back in and put this here. And our little Simon and Halbig is going to enjoy Christmas with her little miniature wreath that was found at a doll show created by a friend of mine named Carl, who's a vendor at my shows in Seattle. And I adore the fact that she is looking beautiful with her trunk for the holidays, and her little pug has come out to play. Our last little treasure is actually something that all French little girls would have had, and their moms would have most likely had too. This is a wonderful little sewing trunk that is already full of things, which I love. It came complete, and when we lift the top off, it has spots to put the needles, has a little buckle that's inside that could have been used for something, a couple of little pins, bobby pins, but it's ready to be filled, and has the tiny little scissors and little sewing implements that would be used by a little girl to sew for her doll, or could be used by a mom to do some mending if there were a little bigger scissors here, and so forth. But this is the last little piece, and seems so appropriate for those of us that are doll collectors to have the accoutrements that might have been used to sew for dolls, such as this beautiful little Simon and Halbig. I'm so glad you stopped in today to take a moment to listen to my program and hear about my favorite things. And I look forward to seeing you at the doll shows and hearing what some of your favorite things are. Have a great day.
Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.